Hi, Sam Tolbert from Sound of Joy Music Services, stmusician.com. This is a summary for Skype lesson held on 1/27, 2020. Hi, and how you doing? We're going to cover first the opening scale practice, which we covered when we began our Skype lesson. The two songs which we covered, one was in B flat, that was number 42, and the second song was in E flat. So we're going to cover first of all our practice scales we did with our Skype lesson in B flat. Now, as I have said, what I want you to practice is being able to jump more than one or two octaves. So we'll allow you to start a little lower than where middle C is. Now slow down. This is how I would like for you to practice. And just that far. Now you can always practice going back down on your own, but I want you to get comfortable starting from B flat below middle C. Using the fingering that I'm showing you, this will help with the melody practice coming up on our next segment. As you can see, I'm not rushing it, even though I'm talking, but I'm giving each finger its chance to play the note out. The idea is once you get comfortable with the fingering, you can speed it up with no breaks. And as I've said, we're training your hands how to move on individual notes. Again, faster. E flat. Here we go. Just slowly at first. And this is so you can continue up the octaves. And stop. One more time at a slow pace. Now we speed it up. A little faster the third time through. And then at the speed I want you to eventually get to. One more time. The speed I want you to eventually get to. All right. That ends our scale practice session. Okay, we're back. Now, our first song in French, Toi la Glory. This was the sheet music which was you had provided to me for you to practice. This song is done in B flat with 6/8 timing. What we covered in our class, our Skype session rather, was the actual melody line as it is written. I know you had said that the group that you play for may not follow the notes exactly, but I always felt that if once you learn the song correctly, you can help make up for where perhaps the tonality of the melody line may be more to their liking. 6/8 timing. I'm going to slow this down a bit. I'm going to sight read along with you. I believe you have a copy that you were practicing also. It's in the key of B flat, which we practice the scales for one reason, so that we'll know how these notes all apply. Now, let me just get my timing down. Okay. So we've got to this point. You know the song. That's what we covered in the Skype lesson. But I wanted you to get used to using your hands to play this scale because anything that you do with the melody of a song is training for your hand. I'm going to slow that down, 6/8 timing. I'm going to slow it down just a bit, and you can practice along with me. Again, this is a summary of what we've covered. So let me count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, and play. 1, 2, and. All right. That brings us all the way to this part in your sheet music. Now the chorus. 1, 2, 3, ready, play, and 1, 2, 3. Mhm. This is just melody, sight reading. From the chorus again, right here, and 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Rest. 2, 3. All right. Now you can always roll back this summary lesson to practice just that part of it. We're going to go to the chords which we covered in this song. And as I said, I'm a firm believer in using chords that are in this, that are part of the actual sheet music. Then you develop the basic chords, which I gave you to help navigate adding additional chord structure to what you're currently playing. Let me just place this here, just as a reference for me. So I had said that with your left hand, because you play bass on your left hand. So I gave you a B flat chord, which is the F, B flat, and a D. Because this is falling in the range of the melody, it's perfectly to switch off. Rather than this inversion, or this inversion, which gives you your bass at the bottom. Then I said use the F7, F, A, C, B flat, or the inversion. And back to that B flat chord. Now everything is pursuant on where your comfort level is. If you're comfortable doing melody with just a bass, gotta check the notes again. As I say, whenever you look at the sheet music, well, if you're playing for someone who's singing, you're at the mercy of whoever's singing the song. But it's always, like I say, I always love to know what the written notes are. Then you take license after that to sort of float around it. Get that out of the way a bit. I do want to put some chord notes up here. So we've got the B flat chord, melody up top, and the B and the inversion of the F7th. So you can be here, and here, and then here. Now, we didn't cover the left-hand scales. I should have done that in the scale session because we want your hands to be comfortable when they're moving. When you're forming chords, you want your hands to be able to form the chords and not feel tight all around this area. So basically, we're using only 2 chords because of the format of the melody. Again, as the musician playing this song, you play the chords that are comparable to where you feel comfortable. Part now. So we've just come out of our last line. Now, the chords, again, are built from the melody, or the scale, I should say, of the song. These chords, they are built within the scale. I often say chords are a broken scale. You're not using all the notes. You know, if you play this, let me see, yeah, that's it. All these notes, it sounds horrible. But if you remove some of the notes in that scale, now you find you get a much more aesthetic sound. So from the chorus, do the melody part first. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, boom. 2, 3, 4, boom, and boom, 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 boom. Do that one more time. Boom. Sorry. 2, 3, and 2, boom, boom. We're right here now. If you're following your music, and 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Now we've got that little ending trill there. So here we go with our chords for the chorus. Just put this here for my viewing, and from here, from right here, we're going and 2, 3, 2, dum dum. Try that again. Slow it down. Walk up. Chord. Now you can see I've changed my positioning of my hands twice. I did with just right here. That's what's written right there. I'm gonna add those two right there. As we covered in our Skype lesson, you always want to play to the level of your comfort. If your hands are not comfortable with doing this yet, then you can break off and just do the chording, or do it this way. So again, we covered this in our Skype lesson. You can review what we covered here for the chorus part, and then put both parts of this Skype lesson together. We're going to cover the next song next.